How are we doing? Let me set everything up. I just brought out my computer. I wait for my one person that comes in, and sometimes now I get two. So I'm going to go on my board and say, something. There we go. All right, let me see. Yeah, from earlier. I usually put ice cubes in, but I've been so cold, just holding it with ice cubes is like, it's cool out. Hello, everyone. Well, okay, now I have to. All right. I am smoking some Superior. It comes in this, they sell them. And that's what I'm smoking. Smoking Superior. I had a friend of mine go, you got the money. When I was working there, they were, these are beautiful. Don't ever steal from work, especially when you're dealing with weed. You won't be able to work in the industry. They don't like thieves, and neither do I. Even if it isn't my own, place to, make money, I would not want to. It's a lot of things that, how can I say this? I seem to pay my karma right away. And that karma credit card. Yeah. I told my dad that. I've seen karma. What I heard, this is back before 2012, before the Mayan calendar shit. And I used to belong to a lot of groups on here on YouTube that are no longer around. And they were only there till 2012. And a lot of these people were from Tibet. They would be, in their robes, and you could see in the background. I'm like, how in the hell do you get internet? Well, you can get internet when you have a really big tower and you're in it was like way up in BFE, but they had still big internet tower. These Buddhist monks were saying, your karma credit card is what they said, and what I now use is going to have to be paid. So if under certain things, everyone's karma credit card is being paid right now. Yeah, they said after 2012, it's all your karma's got to be paid from all your lifetimes. I'm like, crap. Boy, motherfucker, no. Actually, when I was little, I had such a fear of water. It really scared my parents, and they didn't understand. That was truth. My dad was going to college at that time. So they decided, their friend from Russia, real nice guy, put me under, and I got to find out all of my last lifetimes. I know that I was no one big and famous, but the one thing that stood out when I was 12, I get what you call, when you have, you get flashbacks when you sleep, like you're remembering your stuff. When I was 12, I had what you call it's like Big Brother. I had a big sister because they said that, well, it was after, I would say, the mistletoe incident. You see, everyone was drawing actual mistletoes, and I drawed what my dad told me, which is a missile with a bunch of toes, and they figured I need a woman's touch before. I guess it was what the teacher had said, she's going to be the female form of you, is what she told my dad. And my dad said, what's so bad about that? Yeah. My dad he had a lover in London told me when I was 18 that I already knew what was going on. Shoot, I still got to give my aunt a call, find out what her name was, because I know she knows. Anyhow, it's something that you want to sit there, and they never knew what past lives were. And his friend, who was Indian, you got a German, you got a Russian, and an Indian dealing with someone and finding out why I was so scared of water. I had been in they thought it was from the Titanic time that I drowned in there. And it was so, for your soul, sometimes they bring back the fear of water and drowning. And now I know that I've had horrible deaths, all of them pretty much. And it stems from my one lifetime. The first one I really, really remember, not just being put under and you're being recorded and you don't remember. I remember going to bed at my big sister's house, and I'm sleeping in the bed, and I have a dream where I'm in a castle, and I'm like, I just had the need to get out. The fear of being caught. That was the big thing. So I'm running through the castle, and I remember I was underneath this huge table. I was like, wow. By the way, I found the most beautiful table that I want to get. Oh my God. Well, anyway, yeah, I was over at Fanatic Attics. Oh, I love that story. I'm running through the castle, and I see all the tapestries. It was when I went underneath from the table, and then I went to over to maybe my right side, and then to the left there was way down the hall was an opening of light, and I ran to it, and there was an opening. It was a big foyer, big thing, and then jumped off. And I'm screaming while I'm going down and watching people look over at the end and seeing me go. And then I woke up before I went to hit the ground. And I had drawn it out. I'm telling my dad, it's on this hill, and there's you can see way, way down there, there's this like a river. And I'm telling him all this stuff, and he's like, well, I can't find nothing like that. So years go by. I have my own kids. I'm in my basement watching the Travel Channel. And I'm like, I used to have a thing where you can stop it. So I had it recorded for some stuff I wanted to see, because I was still looking for that castle. So it was recorded. I stopped it, called my dad up and said, Dad, I found the castle. And he goes, oh, you're looking at the Travel Channel. I told you recorded on I used to have a TiVo. You record it. And so it was, it was a famous castle. I really don't want to say who it was, but it really was his castle. They made a movie about him, Bram Stoker, but I couldn't. I actually did research about Romania, and he actually, he's known for, I guess it'd be his tactics, but they were really ahead of its time if you think about it. And it wasn't that he got nice people, he got really evil people, but you get your rump stunk with a sharp thing, up your thing, and it's a slow death. I don't like calling him Count Dracula. I did research and talk to a lot of actual people who live there in Romania. And I talked to this lady when I was actually invited to her house. She wanted me to come. You come to Romania. You love it. I teach you. You meet all my family. She said, don't worry about paying for expensive hotel. You come and you get Romania. I teach you good. This is a young woman talking. And suddenly I felt like, she was way older than me. And we treat you good. We kiss your ass. You kiss my ass all the time. you will do the opposite, you know. And she wrote her address, her phone number. Hey, call me. Guess who lost it? Yeah. I thought, oh, I can have somewhere to stay. And then I can go see, you know, the castle, which there's nothing much left. There's, I think, some parts of it. What I think is people go, hey, we got building materials out here. And that's what I think happens slowly, you know. Joe Blow's house down the way got, you know, that castle frontage and this. So, yeah. Now, when I go to sleep, I don't know if I'm going to remember a past life. And one time I did a sleep exercise. I wanted to know where I went after I had died, after I jumped over the castle wall and died. And I found I had a dream. I did this for weeks. Nothing happened. I want to know what happened after I died. And, you know, when I killed myself from the castle wall over hundreds of years ago. And then I had this dream. All I could see was seeing the fall and then nothing. It was just black. And then suddenly you can hear people breathe. Where you are at, you don't really breathe. It's just more of, how can I say, it's something that makes you feel comfortable. So I then move around, and that's where in the dream I find the soul of Devin, because I am told I'm allowed to take one soul back from the dark mass of sadness, is what it was, as something to have more or less a set note where I can have like plan B. So I took Devin's soul back. I don't know if it was a dream or what, but Devin did. He was that one soul that did do what my plan B was for. And it's like after every life, though, I have had a horrible, let's see, I had a dream that I had an affair, and the husband that I'm married to now was a husband I was having an affair on. And in the dream, the guy I was having the affair and myself were in the barn doing it, and he killed us both while we were doing it. Talk about, you know, coming and going. I know I'm making a joke, but that was one of my lives, you know. And I've gotten mauled by wolves. I've been frozen to death, all kinds of stuff. I've been shot in the face in Germany when the Nazis were there. I've had all kinds of just horrible endings that you could think about. The one thing, I really thank my dad for not having the fear of water. But then I come to the point, I think there was a price to pay, to maybe there was a reason why I had the fear of water, or maybe it was a certain locking point. But whatever had happened after being, how can I say, unlocked, it unlocked one of my lifetimes where I found the actual, it would be like Vlad, the Impaler's castle. But to be honest, he's well loved in Romania, to the point where he did love, I would say, besides his wife and children, with Vlad, it was his country. And he kept that away from anything that was evil. And that was really weird. You know, it's just like a kind of, you know, wow, you know. And you come to think Bram Stoker was actually not on target in the whole thing. If he would have said the truth, he couldn't get his Dracula was really made up. You had a man that was described as short in stature, which I've never seen where it was written what he looked like. And I've asked people, and I've gotten different things of what they thought he looked like. And it was never short. It was always really tall. I was told that he was a very tall, Good. I'm hearing noise. Someone's moving. The across the street neighbor is moving his gate. It's like, oh, what's that? So, and it wasn't just one or two. It was every single person that lived in Romania. They used to have a Romania chat room in Yahoo. And I've gotten, that was a chat room I would go to actually talk to people, because that was the only one that no one ever tried to send special pics, if you get my drift. You know, you talk to a guy for 5 minutes and suddenly you get a dick pic. You're like, I think not. I'm blocking you. I got a lot of people who really said some amazing things, and not one person said, oh yeah, he was a vampire, it was bad. And they said, oh no, he loved his country. He loved it to the point that it was anyone evil, anyone this, done. You want to be a thief? Done. We'll chop your hands off, you know. Oh, my neighbor's going out. I got good neighbors, except the ones that sell the drugs. I haven't heard them at all today. That I think 1 or 2 times, and that's it. Yep. I'm thinking tomorrow too. I'm coming back at 9 o'clock. It's for adults. Hey, cheers. Hey, Casey. I get talking. Oh, shoot. I'm so high. I didn't put the thing on. Oh, that Superior. So damn good. So I'm also excited that I'm able to wear. Usually I can't wear these in the summer here. It's just so blasted hot. I bought these on the internet. They Vans were great in the 80s and 90s. I could fit into them. I have super skinny feet. I got skinny feet. And since I've lost weight, they're even skinnier. So I tried on some Vans. I wanted to buy brand new ones. Virgin Vans. And they got my size out. If it's a whole size, I like to deal with Vans as whole sizes. So I said, give me a size 9. And they put it on, and I went to walk. It was clunk, 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 clunk. Because the sides of them were wide. I go, are these extra wide? Are they wide? No, I had to go and look online and buy them. Actually, I bought them really reasonable. I think they were $15 out the door. $10 and $5 to mail them. Yeah. Instead of $100. That's how much they cost, the real Vans, and that's what I wanted, because even though my dad would spend a lot of money on skiing, when it came to stuff like Vans, yeah, I'm making sure. It's like I get kind of hindsighted. So my first day, my husband, I sent him on vacation because he needed to suck his family's farts. I told him that, you know, his eyes like, oh, my dad came up with that when my brother Voldemort, yeah, I have a Voldemort in the family. He had these little gerbils. He had these gerbils, and he breeded them, and he would take a bunch of them and go, and he'd go, oh, look, I'm just kissing you. And he'd do that all the time. My dad said the gerbils needed their farts sucked out of them because their eyes would get all bulgy, so Voldemort would have to go. Yeah. He didn't call me when he was picked up after and it wasn't the airlines. They weren't poopy pants, but I'm still not going to, you know, they put him on the edge, I guess. You see, when you go and you check in, usually you use a special thing on your phone. I text him the special thing because he didn't know how to do it on his phone. I didn't feel like trying to mess with it because he's not on the same plan I am and all that crap. So anyway, he didn't look on the sign that said where it was going. He got on the wrong plane. It was his fault, not United. It's just United put him on a crappy thing, so we won't fly United. All right. Then he didn't call me. So, you know, I kind of figured when the flight was going to go out, because when I kind of calculated it, I don't know how I did. All I did is I said, ooh, you know, it's 3:00 my time. He should have been able to get the first flight, because I remember the itinerary from another flight. It was like literally 5 hours ahead. So I figured out that he'd be leaving between 12 and 1. And I was right. I called up, yeah, I just got picked up and I'm over at Kurt's house. I'm like, oh boy, they're going to have a drinking game. Let's hope they're good. And if I get called by Dearborn police, I speak no English. No English. No, no, no. I don't know that person. No English. He's going to have to call his sister, because I told him anything you incur while you're there is on your dime. I expect a phone call at least by tomorrow night, because he's going to have his whole crew over his brother's house. That's what they're planning. I know what they're planning, because that's what they were saying the couple nights when he got real drunk on the phone while talking to his brother. So I said, hey, it's about time for you to go. And then I'm figuring out what to do. Oh, we're going to have some new upgrades. We decided to put on a certain door, we're going to have an Alexa upgrade. We're not going to tell him. We want him to be surprised. Especially when he calls the Alexa the motherfucker, cocksucker, son of a bitch, and whore. That's really. And then she goes, I don't understand that. Yep. Yeah. My husband and my son share the same girlfriend, Alexa. Now he's got a new job. And he's hoping, you know how it is, meet new people, females, that type of thing. So I said, well, let's see how it goes. Hopefully it works out. You know, he's always looking on for better stuff, which he sees that, you know, the place he's at, he doesn't want to spend the next 5 years. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. And let's see. I am just happy. My husband thinks I'm going to be calling him every day. Oh, no. You want your privacy? You can have it. When he went on what was it? He went and he wasn't able to suck the farts, you know, of his family. It's like, it's hard to do it 3,000 miles away. So I hope he has his straw out. And my husband said I would suck my dad's farts. I go, of course. You know, that's the reason why we got this house, the Jeep. He helped. I said, I didn't see your parents helping. You know, they didn't have the credit. But I'm drinking sparkling water. Yes. You ever see that guy called Fluffy? Oh my God. He is so funny. He does a female's voice. He goes up to drive-thrus and goes, hello, you. And he just does that. And I'm like, damn, that is freaking cool. That's someone I need to have at one of my parties, you know. Yeah, he was talking about some of the stuff, and he must drive to Las Vegas a lot. So I'm hoping one day to meet Fluffy and his wife and his little kid. He talks about. It's funny. You know, it's good to have people make you laugh. And now I won't have for 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks. I'm going to be not hearing. Yeah, I know my house is a piece of work. Blame me for it. I've been getting blamed since. It was better than sitting in a, hot oven of a RV that was falling apart. I'm going to be happy, make it better, make a YouTube channel. This house is fucked or whatever. And that's what I try to tell them. Just go, I'm not good at YouTube. I'm just going to show what I'm doing. Whatever you want to do, say, show what you feel. Shoot, I should go and make another, have a channel with this, and say, hey, this is my adventure with my crap house. Maybe I'll do that. I want to get a GoPro camera. And maybe I can get enough subscribers and stuff. Maybe I can get enough money to go towards a GoPro. GoPro's about $449, I think, plus tax on Amazon. And I'll put that link on there for that. And I'll put it down below. If you guys want to help me out, I would be so ecstatic to get a GoPro. Or even, if you want to put money to go towards it, that's great. I've had people who would, a month later, they had sent me money through PayPal. Not a month later, but, they thought about it and sent me a month later and said, I hope this helps. And a lot of times I've always, gotten that little help here and there. Not all the time, but it's been amazing when I would talk about, what's the plus and minuses of Pahrump, which, I love Pahrump. My husband doesn't because he don't have no friends. I need to buy him a blow-up girlfriend. Yeah, I'll have to. Maybe I could, what'd be good? Here, let me. Alexa, play The Doors.
Shuffling songs by The Doors on Amazon.
Get him one of those things that talk, put it in the blow-up doll. Yeah, Miss A. We're not going to say the full name because it just, yeah. So, the whole idea and thing of, you know what? She always plays The Doors for me, no problem. My husband comes out here. I don't know what he does to Alexa when I'm at work, but when I would come home from work, he'd be out here and he would ask for it to play, and it's always The Doors. When I ask it to play The Doors, it plays it. But my husband, there's a lagging time, and then it goes click off. And it's not just once, it's like a lot of times. It's not just in the kitchen. He's like, just talk to Alexa. And I go, that's because Alexa had a birthday and you didn't wish her happy birthday. He goes, no, that isn't it. I think so. I wish it happy birthday. There's we got 1, 2, 3. We got 2 in the freaking kitchen. Like we don't have that big of a kitchen. So we got 2 in the kitchen. 1 is cut off. I think we could just put it in my office. That's what I want to do. I got to clean that up. And then I have 1 out here, 2 in the kitchen. That's 3. And then 1 in the bedroom. So you got 4 of them. They're getting tired now.
Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man.
So who here is their parents' favorite? Because I never thought it was. It was 2015. Yeah. I finally told my dad what I've been wanting to tell him for years and years. You see, I never asked my dad for help. I didn't need it. I did it myself and didn't ask for it. But my siblings, like Voldemort and Craphead and Fartbag, they just had their hands out all the time. And I came to the point I needed to have my car repaired and didn't have the money. I needed this and this. And I finally said to my dad, look, I have never asked for nothing. And out of all the years, he actually came through. He really did. He came through with my house and helping with my credit. He came through. He co-signed for my Jeep. He came through. And I mean, all the times I felt that my dad didn't, he actually repaid me and then some. So I was, I'm being called. What do you want, baby? Oh, you guys went out. Oh, mama, baby. Oh, my big chihuahua, huh? All right. She might come by me. Yes. Yes, my lovey. My lovey. She's a big girl and spoiled. She's really spoiled. I'm going to have her nails cut. I'm going to have a mobile unit come because I need 2 animals done and I don't feel like putting them in a nice Jeep. And she likes to lay in the dust. She'll lay in it and roll in it. And she smells. You got a smelly smell. So I'm going to have her glands done, whatever that is. They have a gland and an oobat, I'm going to have that. She comes out here to visit me. I don't trust her without a leash to go outside because she wanders. And she's, not that anyone's going to take her, it's just, you look at a boxer going, oh my God, look at the face, it's so big. And she's like, the only thing she's ever hurt me is with her tail. That's why they usually cut their tails, and I think it's inhumane. And she's knocked things down with her tails. So. I just wanted to say, I have my one person left, so when that one person leaves, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll just smoke by myself. My dad's friend was a chronic alcoholic. He's lost his license so many times now. This time he's trying to get his license back. And he actually doesn't want to be a bad boy. And it's not for a job. He's on Social Security now. And he does pretty well. Because, he's had really good jobs. He was dealing with freight. And he would always get in trouble with the police every time he went out and got too drunk. One time he couldn't find the bathroom. Well, the bathroom was around, but he couldn't find it because he was drunk. When you're drunk, there's one thing that goes. Their common sense, and he decided to go by an ATM and take a whiz, and they got him on camera and him being arrested. Another time, he was pulled over, and he rolled down the window, and he goes, I want a large fry, a Coke, and a medium shake. And they're like, we're not a drive-thru. And he goes, damn, that means I got to go. And he goes, no. He got always in trouble, always. I said, why didn't you just buy the beer you needed, drink it at home? I said, there's like weed and alcohol. They feel good, it's great, but it's rented for the time. You pee it out and you end up just it wears off. Alexa, play Lords of Acid.
I can't find the song Lower the Bastard.
Alexa, play Lords of Acid.
Shuffling songs by Lords of Acid on Amazon Music.
Mr. Macho Man, is it true that all the girls wanna come on you? Mr. Macho Man, is it true that all the girls wanna come on you?
The first time I heard this song was over when I worked at Kathy Shipley's. Cheers. So I do tarot reading, right? I've been doing it since the age of 12. So I do my own tarot reading for the week. Wow. If this is right from what it states, is I'm going to meet someone or someone I know is from overseas that I don't think they're from overseas, but they're from overseas. And something about hiring me. I don't know of any person that has hired me and is from overseas. But maybe something, you know. The one job I missed that I didn't make jack or shit was working as a bartender over in Sherry's Ranch, the brothel. I was a bartender there, that's it. And every so often I would get people who would like my bartending and send me flowers. Or they would give me an extra tip. Once in a while you get that nice $100 tip for, you know, you're going, yeah, it's better than going home with $22. I'm going home with 122. Because then it all evens out, you know. But I heard some people, you know, who were bartenders there. God, that must be good. I swear. That's why I want to get new curtains, because they're like cracking and looking like crap. I seen some real nice one over at Costco. I'm going to redo that. It looked like someone moved the curtain. And sometimes I think when I smoke too much weed, I see too much with that. I want like a plain shade. Like a white and then like maybe brown, or they got navy blue, but I'm thinking more of a taupey kind of color. that they have over in Costco. Yeah, I'm going to go have to take some measurements and figure out, because this looks like I'm white trash. Huh? Want to come see my crap house? Yeah, see, I looked up nothing. I swear, sometimes I think that there's this one whole area that I see an eye, and that's why I'm like, I think I've had way too much. The one time I was like listening to ghost stories out here, and it was kind of, no, it wasn't even windy, but I thought I heard some crying. They were talking about the crying lady or whatever, lady in white, and I'm like, started hearing some crying out. I don't know what it was. It was an animal. I just opened the door, hid in, and didn't, locked it, and I said, not going out. Yeah. But there's times I've looked there and it looked like someone was walking by. Now, usually if someone comes up to the door, a slight just for movement, I've seen that thing move and there was no one there. No one walked by or anything. I'm getting new curtains. So if it's my imagination, my weed, hey, it must be good weed, huh? I swear it's ever since I bought that haunted bear. I sent it out, but I swear there's something left over. You scared of Mama. Mama scared herself again. Yeah, save me from all the creepiness. My big girl, Mama's big girl. Yeah, I couldn't see Nero adopting you. I was like, oh, I love you so much. We're going to have like them shampoo you, and then they're going to cut your nails. And I want them to put little bow ties on each side of your ear that are pink and just so cute. It's just so cool. I had a cat that, no, was it his cat? I think it was my brother-in-law's cat. He liked weed smoke, and he smoked, and he blew his face. It was my brother-in-law, yeah. So I got the t-shirt for, not Dracula, I'm sure I forget his name. And I still remember when I was talking to these friends from Romania, and then one day they were no longer there, like when you can, like on Facebook and you don't want to belong. They took all their profiles out of Yahoo chat, and some of their profiles were in depth that they got years and years, and they just like they didn't. Nope, not talking about that. Nope. Even though it was all positive, maybe somebody would change it into something negative or do something other than that. I don't know. But it did change the way I view writers when they make fictional stuff, and people use that as a springboard for their reality. You know, there's a lot of people who they think they're making documentaries and they're really not. And they make their life story as, you know, someone being really mean or belligerent all the time. Well, tomorrow I'll be on at 9 o'clock. And I will tell you how my day went. I love you. And have a cosmic night.